From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena, from comedy gold to relationship fails, Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Because the only thing that should interrupt your listening is, well, nothing. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Imagine standing at the starting line, feet in the blocks, the air is buzzing with anticipation. 6 runners, my friends, are in this race. Each of these 6 runners, they're going to represent the challenges that we face in life, in business, in relationships, in everything. But here's the twist, my friends. Only one of those 6 is going to cross the finish line. I want you to stay tuned as we're going to be unraveling the secrets behind what propels us forward and what holds us back. Welcome to a journey of transformation right here on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No. You're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average, let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What the heck is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another episode of the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. And today we're peeling back the layers of motivation. We're going to be using a captivating race analogy today. So here's what I want you to do. Once again, I want you to picture this. 6 runners, all lined up, feet in the starting blocks, knuckles down on the ground. But here's the twist. As I mentioned before, not all of them are going to finish. Why? Well, it's not just about speed or the stride. It's the fuel of motivation that truly defines a winner. So stay tuned because we are going to dissect what it takes not just to start the race, but to ultimately cross that finish line. Now, it's dawn. And as dawn breaks, the air's a bit charged with anticipation. You can hear the crowd in the background. And the announcer coming across, announcing each one of the competitors. The stadium, a coliseum of dreams, a stadium of ambitions, and it all brims with the silent whispers of the crowd, awaiting the spectacle about to unfold. Our 6 runners, well, each are a silhouette against the rising sun. They're taking their place at the starting line. Their faces are masks of concentration and resolve. Now, the first runner, they're a portrait of casual confidence, right? They adjust their stance. Their eyes are kind of betraying a flicker of indifference. The journey of this runner that got them to the track is one of half-hearted commitments, of unfulfilled promises, all reflecting a path littered with what if and someday, right? All those what ifs. We've all had them, and all those, well, some days I'll do this, some days I'll do that. And as the race began, this runner's initial start was a burst of energy, but it quickly fizzled out. His steps lost the rhythm, and he lost that rhythm to the echo of a waning desire. Here's the thing I want you to remember right here. In the race of life, we're all runners. You, me, the person driving next to you as you're riding wherever you're riding today. But what separates the finisher from the starters is not just speed, it's not just agility, but the strength of their why and the confidence in their who. Now, beside our first runner is our second runner. Now, the second runners, their muscles tensed, but not in readiness. More so in doubt. Their gaze locked not on the finish line, but on the formidable competitors to the right and to the left, flanking them either side. This kind of mirrors this runner's inner turmoil. This inner turmoil is the result of years of setbacks. You know what I'm talking about, right? All that whispering of the little angel or little demon, whichever you prefer, sitting on their shoulder whispering, you can't do this. It kind of left their mark. It's anchoring this runner in the very spot. The minute the starting gun sound, everything goes off, that runner's frozen. His journey is one paused before it ever really began. A testament to the paralysis, doubt. Now our third runner, in lane number 3, our third runner is a bundle of raw energy and untapped potential. That starting gun goes off, that first stride takes off, and then he stumbles forward. His movements are awkward and they're uncoordinated. They're lacking the finesse and technique of his seasoned counterparts. He is a ship without a compass in a vast ocean of competition, in a vast ocean of problems. His fall, a mere few steps into his race, is really not just a physical one, but it's symbolic of the pitfalls of venturing forth unprepared. You've done that, right? Me too, so have I. And we've all ventured forth without the guiding light of knowledge. A little bit of knowledge can show you that next step. Then you need to get a little more knowledge to see the next step after that. In lane number 4, our fourth runner arrives in a flurry, and he arrives just moments before the race. His breath is erratic, and it is as erratic as his preparation. He arrives with no strategy. He arrives with no direction. His sprint is a chaotic dash, a stark contrast to the calculated strides of some of his adversaries. His journey is marked by missed signals, wrong turns, all of which lead him not to the finish line, but to this obscurity of lefts and rights and ups and downs, and he ends up in the back, in the cheap seats in the stands sometimes. How'd he get there? He doesn't know, I don't know, you don't know, but we've all seen the person that's done it. In lane number 5, in the shadow of the fifth runner's frame, lies this tumultuous darkness of fear. There's a storm raging within him. That fear is a specter of failure. It's the ridicule of their peers, and all of this chains him tighter than any physical shackle can. Those ones that you're standing like this and you're looking at your arms and nothing's holding them there, but yet you can't move. His retreat, well, that was a dash of safety to the locker room before the gun ever went off. It was a silent scream against the tyranny of fear, a surrender before the battle has even begun.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Here's the thing. How many times have you had fear just lock you in? You're like that deer in the headlight. What do I do? Do you get run over by the truck on the freeway? I hope not. If you're listening to this podcast, I know you haven't yet. Don't let that happen to you. We'll address this a little later. Now, in lane number 6, amidst the cacophony, the sixth runner stands apart. They are a beacon of resolve and determination. Their every muscle is coiled, not in tension, but with purpose. They surge forward. It's clear this runner is not just running. They are embodying the very essence of their conviction. And with every stride they take, they weave a tapestry of passion, of belief, of preparedness, and fearless pursuit of what it is they dream, desire, and deserve. Their eyes are fixed on the horizon of those dreams. And as this race unfolds, the stadium falls witness to this ballet that is the human spirit. And they stand in a bit of hushed reverence. A lone figure, only one, crossing the finish line. But it's not just a runner. No. This, I want you to realize, is the embodiment of every dreamer who ever dared to believe, who ever dared to learn, whoever dared to prepare to face their fears head on. Just rush right in there. It's their victory, found in their own. It's their clarion call to awaken the champion within. I want it to be a clarion call for you as well, to awaken the champion that you know, and I know, resides inside of you. Right? Which one of these runners are you? Are you one locked in fear? Are you the one with no knowledge? Are you one just kind of rambling all around, ending up in the cheap seats, looking down and watching the race, eating popcorn? No. Okay? So, what I want us to do is I want us to peel back the layers of each of these runners' stories and uncover the barriers that not only shape the race, but quite often, and this is where the story comes from, mirrors the trial of every one of our lives, of every one of our entrepreneurial journeys, right? First off, we have indifference. That's the first barrier. It's like running with no finish line in sight. Just kind of flapping around with your arms on your sides, right? You know what I'm talking about. You're probably like that big dinosaur with the big meaty legs running you forward, and the little bitty arms just kind of flapping around because they're kind of useless. It's embarking on a venture without passion, without purpose, and a journey destined to falter anytime the path gets a little bumpy, anytime the path gets a little steep. You're running along and you look up and you see that ginormous hill in front of you. I remember running the Peachtree race down in Atlanta many, many moons ago. And there's one hill in Atlanta that is the enemy of most of the runners. And I'm going to tell you, while I trained a little bit for this race because I wanted to be able to finish it, I walked that hill because I totally wasn't ready. But here's the thing. I didn't stop because I didn't have indifference. Okay? Now, next, we have doubt. That's the shadow that's going to dim even the brightest of dreams. It's those whispers, those ones of failure, those ones saying, you can't do it, but you can. It's the whispers of failure before the first step is ever even taken because you've got them going on in your head going, you can't do it. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You don't know as much as they do, right? It's chaining the potential that you have inside you like shackles with the words, what if? Almost like they're tattooed across your wrists, okay? Remember, my friends, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. It's not about avoiding the fall. You're going to fall. You're going to stumble. You're going to bumble. You're going to fall. You're going to face plant. Here's the thing. It's the courage to rise back up every time we stumble. Every time we fall, we face plant. Whatever it is. A lack of knowledge can send us sprawling, face first. Face is kind of skidding across the gravel over the hurdles that we never saw coming. It's diving into the deep end without learning how to swim. That, my friends, as you can imagine, is a sure path to goals never attained. It's a sure path to sinking amidst the waves of uncertainty. Get the knowledge you need. They're everywhere. Next, we have unpreparedness. It's much like showing up to a race without training. It leaves us directionless, right? You'll be sprinting towards a goal, but you're sprinting towards a goal you can't see. So you're going to be like my friend and end up in the cheap seats, munching on popcorn, watching the race, going, oh, look, I could have done that. It's a chaotic scramble of effort with no focus and no strategy. And then, my friends, there's fear. And I think fear, it's either the first or the final barrier, but whichever position it plays in the race, it is the darkest of them all. It's not just the fear of failing, but the terror that lies beyond your comfort zone. Ooh. Imagine being on a gigantic stage and the entire Coliseum is dark except for one lone spotlight on you. And the light around you from that spotlight is your comfort zone. And you have to step out of it to win. You won't be able to see what's there. It holds us back. Not because we can't succeed, but because we fear what success demands of us to do and to become in order to succeed. Who do you have to become to deserve what it is you want? What it is you dream? What it is you desire? Now, what it is about that you fear? In entrepreneurship, these barriers, I don't think they're just obstacles. I think they're opportunities for growth. Overcoming them doesn't just mean starting the race, doesn't just mean running the race. It damn well means finishing it with the resilience and the wisdom earned through every stumble, every bumble, every fall, every faceplant, every skinned knee, every skinned face, every failure, and of course, every victory. Now, we've talked about our 6 gentlemen in the race, or ladies. I'm not going to leave my ladies out here. But let's pivot from the stories of the runners and let's arm ourselves with the strategies to navigate the hurdles of indifference, doubt, lack of knowledge, unpreparedness, and fear. See, each runner's falter mirrors a life or an entrepreneurial challenge. That's what I want you to get out of this story. Yet within each and every one of these stories lies the seeds of greatness, the seeds of triumph. First, let's tackle indifference. Inlay number 1 was indifference. We're going to tackle indifference by reigniting our passion, I want you to remember why you started. What was the why? And who is the who? Who are you now? That's what you got to connect with your why. Visualize the impact of your success. And when you visualize it, don't just visualize the impact it has on you. I want you to visualize the impact it has on those you love. And then take it one step further and visualize the impact that you can have on those you serve. Oh, yeah. See, that's the kicker. This vision is going to transform more interest into unwavering commitment. You're going to become this rolling stone that no one's going to be able to stop.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Okay. Now, you're facing a little doubt maybe? Okay, that's cool. Let's talk about that one. I want you to anchor your belief in your abilities. And to do that, you're going to have to anchor your belief in your abilities with evidence. Oh, yes. Yeah. In my first book, Your Success Atlas, one of the things I had folks go through, and I did this in coaching and still do to this day, is I get them to celebrate each and every small victory, each and every hurdle they've ever crossed. Sometimes I had to go way back, right? Did you graduate elementary school? Okay. Victory. Hello. Did you graduate high school? No. What was your favorite class? What'd you get it? You follow what I'm saying? You've done things that show you the evidence of the things you are able to achieve. So anchor your belief in your abilities with that evidence. Let these successes, these proofs of your capability, build this foundation of unshakable self-belief. And if you don't believe in yourself that much, go to your most trusted friend, because trust me, there are things about you they wish they could do. Ask them, get them to tell you, and then listen, okay? Be able to take a compliment. Now, next is knowledge. And knowledge is our antidote to uncertainty. And that antidote to uncertainty is just within reach. How, you might say? Well, I'm glad you asked. Dive into books. I know, God, it seems like reading is so yesterday, but dive into books. Dive into podcasts. You're listening to one right now, so I know you know how to do that. And dive into courses. Each of those is a piece of wisdom that takes you one step closer towards mastery. And here's the thing I want you to remember, and my longtime listeners have heard me say this so many times, but I'm going to say it again. Whatever you're diving into, be it a book, be it a podcast, be it a course, video, whatever it might be, coaching, yeah, okay? Absorb what's useful, because you don't probably need all of that information right now. But there's enough useful nuggets in there to be worth your time. Absorb what's useful, discard the rest, but don't throw it away. Maybe put it up on the shelf and come back to it later. Because here's the thing, and I have books to prove it, and I'm packing them up as part of the move to the farm. And I've gone back and reread a book a second or a third or a fourth time, and sometimes it might be months or years apart. I found new nuggets of knowledge inside that book, inside that podcast, inside that course, or via that coaching, right? But I wasn't ready for it the first time I went through it, or the second time I went through it. But the current time I went through it was like, oh, wow, I never thought about that. Huh? Now I was ready. Remember, knowledge isn't just power, my friends. It's the blueprint for our race to success. With every step of learning that you take, you're not just moving yourself forward. You are advancing yourself towards your finish line, towards your dreams, your desires, your goals, everything you dream, desire, and deserve. Okay. Now, preparation. Now you've got knowledge under your belt. Preparation. Now, preparation is going to set our course. It's going to detail your plan. It's going to anticipate the challenges that you know you're going to have to face, and then going to help you strategize your responses before you even face them. Hold on, hear me out. Okay, I can hear some of you going, what? Others of you are nodding. Yeah, that's right. Detail your plan. You know what your goal is. We just learned it. You earned some knowledge from a book or a podcast or a course. Now you're ready. I'm going to set my course. I'm detailing out my plan. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. However, I know here, and here, I'm going to face a challenge, whatever that challenge might be. Now you've anticipated the challenge. Write those down. Here's the challenge. Now, the goal of that is to strategize your response to overcome that challenge. Some of you are probably going, well, what a waste of time that is. What if I never faced the challenge? Here's the thing. in anticipating the challenges, you might find a hole in your plan and you fill that hole, and that is what keeps the challenge from happening. If you do face the challenge, you already have your responses written out. You're ready to rock and roll. And if you face a challenge that you didn't anticipate, you could go through some of the challenges you did anticipate and the responses for them and go, oh, wow, look at this. I could take this response right here, tweak a little bit, and that will help me overcome this unexpected challenge. This roadmap, my friends, is not only going to guide you, but it's going to boost your confidence because you know you're equipped for the journey ahead. It's like you're that spec ops guy in the military and you're walking through the jungle confidently. Why? Because you know everything you need is either in your head or in your backpack. Yeah, there you go. And then last but not least, my friends, is fear. Now, fear is not an enemy. I don't want you to look at fear as an enemy. So many of us do, because it's not. I want you to look at fear as a catalyst, a spark to your flame. Let the adrenaline fuel your drive, turning apprehension into action. Each courageous step that you take in the face of fear is a leap towards your goal. You're jumping towards it as opposed to just taking a little step. And sometimes that fear might cause you to jerk back. Well, grab the rope that is connected to your goal and jerk it back with you. So now you're leaping forward and you're pulling it closer all at the same time. These strategies, I think, are the keys not to just starting the race, but to persevering, to overcoming, and to ultimately running across the finish line.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
And you'll notice I never say you run across the finish line in first place. Here's the thing. If you start a race, you damn well should finish it. Unless you see something along the way that says, you know what? I don't want to run this race anymore, and here's why. It's not my race. It's that person's race, and they got me to run it in the first place. Or I decided I'm going to go run a different race. Fine. Then go run that different race. Get your ass out of the bleachers. Okay? Now, all of this brings us to our cherished whiskered wisdom, where today we're not just lighting a bulb of ideas. We're igniting a beacon to guide your journey. Imagine a ding of enlightenment. You know, you've ever had that moment where suddenly you're like, ah. And on the cartoons, I always put the light bulb over their head. You ever had one of those moments where you almost could picture the light bulb over your head? Right? The sound of the dawning of a realization. Well, our focus? Well, the focus here is going to be the profound impact of setting clear and achievable goals. Think of a goal as your lighthouse. It's going to be that beacon that kind of goes around and around, right? Providing you the direction that you need amidst the fog of all those daily tasks and all those daily challenges and all those long-term goals to get you there. But here's the crux, my friends. A goal without a plan, it's just a wish. Yeah, right. And when you wish upon a star, I won't sing the song, but you get what I'm saying. How often have we yearned for change? How often have we yearned for achievement? And how often have we yearned for riches or for the better relationship or the higher paying job or the promotion or the raise or whatever it may be that you're yearning for? Yet we found ourselves adrift in a sea of aspirations, in a sea of disappointment. Well, here's the thing. I want you to take the time now, because now it's the time to anchor those wishes and transform them into tangible milestones. Let's break it down, shall we? Setting a goal isn't merely about stating something you just know. Anyone could do that. Just write them all down, define it, whatever. It's about crafting a detailed map we talked about earlier. Start with the end and start working backwards. What steps are going to be necessary? What resources will you need? What knowledge will you have to gain? What skills will you have to develop? And how will you measure your progress towards the destination? This methodical approach doesn't just clarify your path, it divides a daunting task into manageable little segments. And here, my friends, is where the magic happens. Each milestone achieved is not just a step closer to your goal. While it is, it's not just that. It's a victory in its own right. Remember I talked about celebrating those little victories? That's going to create this surge of momentum. you're like, holy shit, I actually took those first 3 steps towards my goal. And you feel it. You get charged. Celebrate those moments. Let them fuel your journey. Turn the grind into a series of triumphs. Now, let's consider the obstacles. Let's be honest. They're there. You're going to face them. They're inevitable. But with your roadmap, your success atlas, as I call it, they become detours, not dead ends. Each challenge navigated, each barrier overcome. Each one of these things done adds a layer of resilience and determination to you, to your character, to your spirit, to your momentum, to your confidence. In an expanded view, goal setting transcends mere planning. If you think about it, it goes way past that. There's planning. I got to do this. I got to do that. No, you got to take that next step. It becomes a journey of growth, a journey of discovery, and of course, a journey of achievement. As long as you take the steps forward, otherwise it becomes a journey of failure because you don't do anything. And that's when I think it's a failure, by not doing anything. It's about setting the sails. It's about navigating the currents. It's about steering towards your personal horizon, not my horizon that I vision for you, not some other bosses or spouses or child's or parents' personal horizon that they picked for you, about towards your personal horizon, one goal at a time. So, as we wrap up this episode's Whiskered Wisdom, I want you to remember, the journey to success is paved with clear, achievable goals. It's not a dream. Don't make them just a dream. And if you have a dream, turn them into a goal. Let's plan, let's act, let's think successfully, and let's take action to achieve. Transform your wishes into milestones and watch your aspirations unfold into reality. Just kind of grow like a flower and bloom. Okay? Whew, got a little charged up there. Sorry about that. Got a little rough voice here. Hopefully I'm sounding okay. Now, as we cross the finish line of today's journey, let's take a moment. We've covered a lot here in the past 25 or so minutes, and let's reflect on the ground that we've covered. We've delved into the race of life, using the runners in our story to embody the barriers that we have to motivation. Those barriers are indifference, doubt, lack of knowledge, unpreparedness, and fear. And of course, I want you to come away with tips and strategies. So we explored the strategies to overcome each of these 5 obstacles, emphasizing the transformative power of goal setting. So something I want you to remember. In the marathon that is life, in the marathon that is entrepreneurship or relationships or whatever it is you're tackling, being equipped with desire, being equipped with belief, with knowledge, with preparation, and with courage makes us not just participants out in the audience, but champions, win or lose. I want you to carry these insights forward and let them guide you to victory in your race, whatever you're racing to accomplish. That, my friend, is the whole reason for this podcast, to give you the tools, to give you the tips and the techniques that you need to achieve the things that you dream, that you desire, and that I think you deserve. There are going to be episodes that will take you step by step through the process of finding what you want, episodes that help you craft a plan to get it, and then episodes to help you learn about altering that path as obstacles arise, which we know they will, otherwise you would have already accomplished them. And episodes all about staying motivated and positive until you're able to cross your finish line. Okay? So keep listening. And as we wrap up today's episode, I want to invite you to join our vibrant community to share your stories and to become part of the journey that we are all on together. Plus, here it is. I know I've been teasing this for a couple episodes now. I want you to dive deeper with the Side Hustler's Blueprint. What is the Side Hustler's Blueprint, Tracy? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here, let me tell you. It is an exclusive private podcast series designed for my dreamers that are ready to become doers. So if that's you, go down into the show notes. You'll see how to sign up. It will never be shown on any other podcast platform. It is a private podcast series. You got to go down there and sign up. I made it as easy as possible. Go down there, follow those instructions, and I'll see you on the inside. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our main channel, the one you're listening to right now, for more enlightening episodes and share this podcast with others who are on their own journey to turning their side hustles into their main hustle, or who are looking just to improve their life with the amazing motivation that we try to share around here. Together, let's transform ambition into achievement. Until next time, think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse Entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.